Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Mark Janish. This is the November 22nd edition of the From the Bench podcast. These are going to be mostly focused on my NFL picks for week number 12. However, I wanted to get to a couple of things generally and most notably the college football playoffs. Some key games are going to be happening today that are going to affect that as we approach the end of the season. Not quite there, maybe another week or so. Also wanted to cover some things I'll be watching today for later. As far as the basketball, the NBA basketball, the 12-2 Lakers will be in Oklahoma City on the first game of a back-to-back Friday night tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Those of you that receive Spectrum Sportsnet, be sure to tune in on Spectrum Sportsnet at that particular point. And they'll be playing again tomorrow against the Memphis Grizzlies and Ja Morant, also 5 p.m. Pacific time on Spectrum Sportsnet. The Los Angeles Clippers with a very successful Paul George, 70 points in 43 minutes through the first two games of his Clipper tenure. Tonight, they'll be at Staples Center. You can see that game on the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, also known as ESPN, or if you have Prime Ticket HD, you can certainly see that. Please check your local listings as far as that particular situation goes. Wanted to go ahead and just touch on some college football. I said there were some key games for some of the top four teams. Key games this week will be number 8 Penn State at Ohio State. That is going to be on the Fox network in the United States. Number 8 Penn State is 9-1. Ohio State is undefeated and number 2 in the college football playoff race as of now, 10-0. So that's 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Fox network. Texas A&M 7-3 at number 4 Georgia. This is a key game for Georgia. Hopefully it won't be a trap game. Is a home game for them. 9-1. That's 12:30 on the CBS network. The Los Angeles rivalry of Los Angeles. UCLA 4-6 at USC. UCLA coming off a horrendous loss to the University of Utah, the likely Pac-12 South champions. Unless something occurs major in the next 2 weeks, we should see Utah and Oregon for the Pac-12 title. UCLA at USC 7-4. There is a possibility that Clay Helton could be fired at the end of the year. On the top of the fold here in Los Angeles, according to the Los Angeles Times, new USC president talks of impeccable integrity. But will she stick to that under the pressure to return football team to its former glory? That, of course, Carol Olfolt, new university president. Mike Bond, the new athletic director. In 2 days, excellence and integrity is what she's emphasizing here. I don't know about that. I just know, for my money, Ed Orgeron, who's now making his money at LSU, should have been kept as the coach at USC. I will not be shedding any tears to see Clay Helton leave the program at USC. Back to some of the games this weekend. Penn State and Ohio State, Saturday 9 a.m. on the Fox channel. You check your local Fox affiliate. Texas A&M and number 4 Georgia, UCLA and USC. Texas at Baylor. Baylor's number 14, trying to get into bowl position, not necessarily in the context of wins, but in the context of a better bowl game. So they're on FS1, 12:30 Saturday. And game of the evening in the Pac-12, number 6 Oregon, 9-1, facing Herm Edwards and Arizona State, who's 5-5. So we wanted to get a hold of and go through those for you. As far as the NFL picks, let's get to those. The Bills and the Broncos are going to be going to be facing off here. If I can speak properly. The Bills are favored by 4. The over-under is 37.5. I would go ahead and I would take the 7-3 Bills, trailing the New England Patriots in the AFC East by 2 games. Brandon Allen doesn't scare easily. The Broncos are going to look to keep the ball on the ground with Phillip Lindsay. The Bills should be able to make this win for them. I go ahead and I take the over at 37.5, and I probably take the points. Bills for the win. The Steelers and the hapless Bengals. Bengals 0-10. Basically, over-under is 38.5. Go ahead and take the Steelers in this game. I would expect Cincinnati to be in line for the number 1 or 2 pick down the line as far as the NFL draft goes. The Jets and the Raiders. This is on the CBS network at 1 p.m. It's interesting that the Fox network has the doubleheader this week, and in this area of Southern California, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles at 10 a.m. And, of course, at the 1 p.m., the marquee matchup of the day, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots facing Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. So, moving along here, the Panthers and the Saints. Saints are favored by 9.5. I think that's a little bit excessive. That can be used. I go ahead and take the Saints in this game. I don't know if I take the 9.5. The over-under is 47. I go ahead and take the over in this game. The Browns and the Dolphins, and Browns are favored by 10.5. Browns are going to be in line for one of the top 5 picks in the NFL next year as far as the draft goes. Browns by 10.5. The over-under is 44.5. Go ahead and take the Browns. I wouldn't take the points, but I would go ahead and say take the Browns and the over at 44.5. The Seattle Seahawks looking to go 9-2, facing the Philadelphia Eagles. They got flexed out of Sunday night in favor of San Francisco and Green Bay by the powers that be in the NFL and NBC. So we will see what happens there. The Eagles are favored by 1. The over-under is 48. Take the over. The Seahawks should be rested coming off the bye week. And then, of course, Russell Wilson having an MVP season. Go ahead and take the Seahawks in an upset. I think they're going to win it by at least 3. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. I'm not sure that Zach Ertz or Nelson Aguilar or any of those receivers can be found by Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz not having the greatest year as far as his ability would dictate. So go ahead and take the Seahawks over the Eagles. The over-under is 48. Go ahead and take the over in this game. Eagles favored by 1 at home. Falcons and the Buccaneers. The suddenly playing better Falcons, favored by 4. The over-under is 51. I go ahead and I'd probably take the over in this game. I'd probably take the Falcons because they're on a nice run. Buccaneers have problems with Jameis Winston throwing too many interceptions, making too many mistakes, and I'm expecting the Falcons to win and go ahead and take the points, 4 points. The Giants and the Bears. Bears by 6.5. The over-under is 40.5. I go ahead and take the under in this game. Bears by 6.5. I'm not sure the Bears can continue to keep up on the scoreboard. Go ahead and take the Giants in this game. And don't take the points necessarily. I go ahead and I take the under at 40.5. The Redskins and the Lions. Redskins with Dwayne Haskins. I don't know. My issues with Dwayne Haskins is he's with coaches that didn't really want him. He's thrust into a situation to where he's really not helping himself or being helped by his coaching. I really believe that's an issue for the coach to have to go through. But I do definitely believe that, of according to the information that I have here, is Redskins should win this game. Lions are favored by 3.5. Over-under is 41.5. I almost said Jameis Winston. Dwayne Haskins is, like I said, he needs to be coached up a little bit, and he needs to be around people that want him. Lions favored by 3.5. Go ahead and take the Lions here. Over-under is 41.5. I may have said the Redskins in error. The Titans, 24, Jaguars 20 is projected score. Titans favored by 3. Over-under is 42. Go ahead and take the over in this game. I'm not sure that Derrick Henry can carry the Titan offense, but we'll have to see. The Titans do have a playoff spot in their crosshairs. They're at home. So go ahead and take the Titans by 3 and take the over at 42. The marquee matchup that I mentioned earlier, a couple of them. The Patriots playing the Cowboys. Patriots are favored by 6.5. The over-under is 45.5. Go ahead and take the over in this game. I'd probably go ahead and favor the Patriots, even though their offense and their receivers, Tom Brady's receivers, are not stellar this year and not necessarily as experienced as he might like. Go ahead and take the Patriots for the win, and go ahead and take the Patriots and the points. The night game, mentioned the 49ers and the Packers. 49ers by 3. I go ahead and take the over at 48. I got the Niners in this game. I think the Niners are going to beat the Packers, and then we'll see what playoff seedings look like after this week. The Ravens and the Rams on Monday night. The Ravens by 3. I think that's a good pick. Over under is 46.5. Go ahead and take the over at 46.5. I think the Ravens are one of the better teams in the AFC. They've certainly proven it against quality competition, such as Seattle in earlier weeks. Go ahead and take them at that point in time. This is the From the Bench podcast, the Week 12 NFL picks for the From the Bench podcast. Thanks for listening on Spotify, Stitcher, and Libsyn. And, of course, you can listen to all previous episodes of the From the Bench podcast on accessmediaglobal.com. Thanks for listening, and you have a great day.